By now, you've heard all about the blockbuster free agent signing of LeBron James by the Cavaliers, Lance Stephenson to the Hornets, and the Mavericks' theft of Chandler Parsons from the Rockets. But look through the list of available free agents this year, and it's shocking that one player wasn't signed until today. Eric Bledsoe was a key piece in the three-team trade that landed him on the Suns and J.J. Redick and Jared Dudley on the Clippers. After 3 up-and-down seasons in LA, it was clear Bledsoe needed to get out from under Chris Paul's shadow and get starters minutes. Looking at his jump in production, it was obvious all Bledsoe needed was minutes on the floor. His position is also nebulous. He's not a point guard, nor is he a shooting guard. He is what you'd call a playmaker, a guy with a knack for the ball and incredible athletic explosion and balance. Looking at his synergy numbers, we see a dramatic improvement in his overall rating, and his highest net improvement by category was in pick and roll. In his last year with the Clippers, he favored the left side pick and rolls more than a quarter of the time and was below average. Last year, the Suns had him almost completely abandon pick and rolls on the left side, instead focusing most of that action from out on top. He favors going to his right, but splitting the pick and roll gets him into the lane quickly, something he did 13.8% of the time and ranked a very good 80th percentile. In LA, Bledsoe was miserable in transition, ranking 97th out of 103 players. He shot poorly and didn't finish well. With the fast-paced Suns, Bledsoe moved up to respectable levels, running the break as a primary ball handler most of the time and ranking 11th out of 28 in that category. Bledsoe also made a huge jump in efficiency while isolating. In 2012-13, he was very average at finishing those type of plays, but in the spread-out offense the Suns ran, he was able to exploit mismatches mostly from the top of the key and either get to the hoop with his quickness or knock down jumpers. Even though Bledsoe doesn't elevate particularly well on his jump shot, he was very effective from three-point range in LA, and though he dipped his percentage to average levels, his overall spot-up game was very effective. It's clear the Suns identified the top of the key as the place for Bledsoe to attack, and his shot distribution and performance bears that out. By spreading the floor and removing the post, attacking from the top gave him the most space to get into the lane and make plays. So why would Phoenix wait this long to sign a player who shows this much promise and improvement year over year? The answer is simple: injuries. In his 4 years as a pro, he has already injured the meniscus in his right knee twice. In his second season, he missed 42 games, and last year he missed another 39. It would be natural for the Suns to be concerned about his health, but the meniscus is something that can be repaired and the player can return to 100%. Where this injury can be debilitating is at the end of his career. It is more than likely Bledsoe will lose the last 3 or 4 years of his career due to the removal of the meniscus, but that prognosis won't affect his performance during this contract. And based on his improvement, it is more than likely the contract Bledsoe signed today will be a bargain, as he is primed to become an electrifying two-way playmaker you can build a backcourt around. Is he worth it compared to other combo guards? At 5 years and $70 million, it is more than Lance Stephenson got, but less than Russell Westbrook. If he maintains his health, which is not a certainty, it is reasonable to assume Bledsoe could get to 20 points per game and 6.5 assists, plus driving opposing guards crazy with his defense. Hopefully, the Suns didn't ruin their relationship by playing hardball with Bledsoe, and that he returns in shape and ready to lead his team to the playoffs. So there you have it, sports fans. It's pretty clear that nobody thought that Eric Bledsoe was worth the max, except for his agent. And it was interesting that the Timberwolves offer spurred the Suns into giving him a little bit more money, and that closed the deal. But I still think this will be a good value for them going forward as long as Bledsoe stays healthy. Now, don't miss BBallBreakdown.com because we have a lot of stuff coming up there with a great article right now by Ben Dowsett on Goran Dragic, another thing from the Suns, so check that out as well and how his value in the league is probably still underrated. Well, thanks for joining us. Stay tuned for lots more at B-Ball Breakdown, and don't forget, we're not a channel, we're a conversation. You win,